this homestand, the Thunder walk away with a 144-110 win over the Kings. Let's hear from Aaron Wiggins, who caught up with Nick Gallo postgame.
Aaron, what is there to say about this group of guys?
Man, it's special. It's special playing with, obviously, this great group. I mean, a lot of love all around. The guys support me. Hey. You guys support me. And it's just a blessing to be a part of this team.
You are an expert in this Thunder system. This system has power. Tell me about all the work that's gone in to a night like tonight.
Man, just trusting the guys, trusting the organization, the system, playing hard. The guys, they found me when I got hot, and they just kept looking for me. They showed a lot of support and love, so it's just fun playing with these guys.
41 points, and you got Aaron Wiggins' chance raining down here in Paycom Center. What is this feeling like?
Man, it feels awesome. Just feels awesome, man. The guys kept finding me. They kept reminding me of the points, the rebounds, and everything. 40's awesome, man. Just an awesome point to have.
Congratulations on the unforgettable night. Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you.
Such a special night for Aaron Wiggins, who finished with a career-high 41 points and a career-high 14 rebounds. Got some much-deserved love from his teammates, and that is why he is our Ford Player of the Game. Royce, I don't know where to start with Aaron Wiggins, whether it's the way he was able to score tonight or the way he was able to rack up the rebounds that helped the Thunder walk away with 70 boards tonight.
That's a great question. I will say, I do want to point out, I love that it was necessary for all the towels to be on Aaron Wiggins that time rather than Nick Gallo.
He definitely earned it.
Wiggins actually needed the towels with all the water that got dumped on.
Right.
But to your point, Paris, I mean, we're seeing it in these highlights. Nick pointed it out in his question to Wiggs there, that a lot of these buckets that he got were just within the system. And Wiggins is such an expert in the system, as Nick said. He back cuts, he moves without the ball, he finds space all the time, he takes the right kinds of shots, and then it erupts in a game like this, 41 points. I mean, you can't always expect that sort of thing. It was a special kind of night for him to be out on the floor. Circumstances kind of created that with the Thunder being shorthanded, but I mean, it was awesome to see for Wiggs.
I mean, he played with so much confidence out there on the floor. And the other element to this as well is the fact that his teammates had just as much confidence in Aaron throughout this game and, of course, all season long. That's why he was able to rack up 41 points in this game tonight. Out here just saving basketball left and right. All right, stick with us here on Thunder Live. We got to get you ready for the Thunder's next matchup on this homestand. The Thunder welcomes in the visiting Milwaukee Bucks to Oklahoma City. When we come back, we'll give you a preview and a scouting report on the visiting Bucks as they come to Oklahoma City. Homestand on a high note with a 144-110 victory over the Sacramento Kings, and also kicking off February in very, very strong fashion. You see that 4-game homestand that the Thunder's currently on. Here's a look at that season schedule for February. The Thunder, 6 out of the next 7 games going to be here at home inside of Paycom Center before that back-to-back leading into the All-Star break. And then you've got 4 out of your next 5 on the road. So it's a really nice kind of, balance here for February. But for that next game here inside of Paycom Center against the Bucks, let's send it over to Chris Fisher and Michael Cage for a preview.
Thank you, Paris. And this homestand is off and running. The win tonight against the Sacramento Kings, a day off tomorrow on Sunday. And then Monday night, right back here in this building. How about the Milwaukee Bucks, Michael? And you remember Milwaukee, the team that beat Oklahoma City in the Emirates NBA Cup final in Las Vegas. That game didn't count in the standings. The one on Monday is going to count. And this is a very good, tough, physical Milwaukee team that is 4th in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, and they've been up and down since the NBA Cup, but they still got a very talented veteran team. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Damian Lillard, Chris Middleton. They're healthy. This is Brook Lopez, a big man in the middle, very capable big man in the middle. So you have to deal with all 3 of those very smart and, physical players.
They play great defense, and of course they got the 1-2 combo of Giannis and Damian Lillard, the second highest scoring duo in the NBA. They are lethal, and they can play some excellent defense with a lot of that length. So, Michael, that game is going to be at 7 o'clock right here inside Paycom Center. FanDuel Sports Network, Thunder Live pregame. We'll get you going at 6:30. So we're very much looking forward to that one. There's so many different players for Milwaukee when you think about their roster who can make an impact because of their experience and all the things that they've accomplished. You rattled them off. Of all those guys, who concerns you the most?
Probably Giannis. I mean, he's a two-time MVP. He's a guy who's going to just try to take control of the game, play bully ball. Doc Rivers is going to give him the green light to just go, you know what, we need offense. They struggled last night when I watched them play in San Antonio. I guarantee you they'll be ready for the Thunder, who's the top team in the Western Conference on Monday night.
Yeah, the Thunder are going to be waiting. They get Sunday off, but Milwaukee plays tomorrow night in Milwaukee against Memphis. So the Bucks will be on the road in the back end of a back-to-back. But I know OKC, Paris and Royce, they're going to be ready.
As they always are. Chris and Mike, thank you so much. And going to be an interesting matchup for the reasons that Chris just pointed out. Milwaukee going to be on the second night of a back-to-back. But what Michael Cage pointed out, that 1-2 punch of Giannis Antetokounmpo and, of course, Damian Lillard, that is a dangerous one, a very high-scoring duo in this league.
And they pointed it out. The Thunder have seen the Bucks this year. It was in that Cup final. Yep. And what we saw in that game, some of it was some shot volatility stuff. The Thunder just really didn't shoot the ball well in Las Vegas. But also the Bucks' size is something that I think the Thunder will have to account for in this game, because Giannis is obviously huge. They call him the Greek Freak for a reason, but Brook Lopez's size. And they've got a lot of size and rangy guys on their wings. So, they've got the range of Damian Lillard from the outside, and then they've got the range of these other guys like Giannis Antetokounmpo who has such an incredible wingspan.
I mean, you see the numbers he's putting up this season, nearly 32 points. He's second behind Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in scoring in the NBA. Those 12 rebounds, but also nearing 6 assists per game for Giannis, which is very impressive. And then, of course, you've got Damian Lillard and his facilitating, but it's his shooting that you have to look out for.
Those pickup points with Damian Lillard, I mean, that's always been the case for him. When he crosses half court, he is in range. And so you have to account for that. And that's the sort of thing, that gravity bears, it pulls that space out just a little bit more. It creates those pockets for guys like Giannis Antetokounmpo to get now a downhill head of steam at you because he's got the space to play with. And that's why the two-man game with him and Dame is so tough.
Now, we heard from Coach Dagnall after this game against the Kings that he really appreciated the Thunder's defensive effort tonight and how they were really able to keep Sacramento kind of quiet, especially in that second half. What can OKC carry over, Royce, from this game, especially on the defensive end, into that game against the Bucks?
I think a lot of it is that point of attack stuff that Coach Mark was talking about. Again, the Thunder didn't have a lot of their quote-unquote primary point of attack defenders, Caruso, Kaysen, but all the guys they had, Kenrich Williams was great on the ball. Of course, Lou Dort's always great. SGA was really good at it tonight. So a lot of it is trying to kind of contain that ball, whether it's Damian Lillard attacking downhill or anybody else. You want to do the best you can at forcing Milwaukee to pass it out, force the kick out, rather than let them get all the way to the rim.
So it's like, as Coach Dagnall says, you want Milwaukee to play to their plan B. You want to cut off the water to their plan A guys, which are Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard.
Tough plan A's.
That's a tough one right there. A tall task for the Thunder, but their search calendar. What a game here inside of Paycom Center. The Thunder put up 144 points on HBCU night. We saw a stellar night from Aaron Wiggins, who put up a career-high 41 points. Such a special night inside of this building. Well, the Thunder now on game number 2 of this 4-game homestand, and they will take on the Milwaukee Bucks at 7 p.m. Thunder Live will get you going at 6:30. Until then, thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great night.